This is X-Men, the game that came with the Mattel HYPERSCAN, regarded as one of the worst game systems ever.
There's more of me alone.
X-Men is a 2D fighting game featuring the X-Men and numerous villains. Do something! All of whom are reportedly embarrassed to be in this video game. Seriously, did anyone play this before it was released?
Now, will you listen?
Wait, what's that? You've never heard of the HYPERSCAN? This awkwardly dysfunctional game system which uses cards to save your character data was released in 2006 and discontinued in 2007.
Ooh, a fancy one.
And for good reason, it's absolutely terrible.
Who are you calling a freak?
The dialogue is hilarious and unquestionably the best part of X-Men, but the fighting itself is awful.
Come peacefully.
You mash one or two buttons repeatedly, pin your opponent against the wall, and win most of the time. There's no strategy, no special moves that I'm aware of. It just sucks. But it sucks in an interesting way because it's played with little collectible cards. Alright, after you win a game, it saves your player experience to your HYPERSCAN card. Alright, let's attempt desperately to scan this thing again. There we go. Look at that, I'm getting good at this. That's right, the best part of the HYPERSCAN is these little cards that came with the games or were available in booster packs. They save your player experience and act as new characters, which would allow you to play your Wolverine on your friend's HYPERSCAN. Not that any of your friends actually had one of these. Wolverine, baby. Wolverine supports the HYPERSCAN, which means you support the HYPERSCAN. You still loading? I have to time this thing. What happens if you put a Skylander on the HYPERSCAN? Nothing. The HYPERSCAN is kind of like Skylanders before Skylanders, except Skylanders actually works. I've gained experience and a level upgrade, so now I get to rescan my HYPERSCAN card and save my upgrade progress. Scan the card. Oh my god. I would be so mad if I paid big money for this. Whew. Must have been a lot of unhappy kids for one holiday season, whose parents just didn't know any better. I doubt there were a lot of them, maybe a few. In its brief lifespan, the HYPERSCAN was marketed towards children whose parents were either too cheap to buy them a PlayStation 2 or who were still living in the 1870s.
Confrontation initiated.
Technically, the Sega CD has more power than this thing. It certainly has better games. In fact, I think only 5 games were released for the HYPERSCAN. Scans cards to gain powers as you win. Man, you could read a book in the time that it takes to load games for this thing. And that may have been what the designers intended all along for parents who wanted their kids to have a miserable first experience with video games. The HYPERSCAN makes reading the most boring of novels seem like pure ecstasy compared to waiting for games to load. You could easily finish your favorite book in the time it takes to load one game, but the problem is when it starts, it looks like this. I will never make fun of the Jaguar again. But wait, let's take a trip to the Danger Room to build our skills. Doesn't that sound fun? In fact, there's other cards you could get which would add new Danger Rooms. Wow! That sucks. Pretty awesome, huh? Oh yeah, look at these metallic ridges here on the side. That just screams performance. I mean, look how fast this thing is loading a game.
Let's get this over with.
X-Men on the HYPERSCAN is not worth playing at all unless you like to intentionally play bad games. So a huge classic game room thank you and shout out to our friend Chip from Anniston, Alabama for sending this horrible abomination to the show. And shuffle my deck here, let's see what we got.
This is your last warning.
Oh! Yeah!
Pathetic.
Here's the HYPERSCAN card. Time to read it. Do what you're supposed to do. This is the gimmick behind this thing, right? Read the f***ing card. Let's go. You are such an enormous pile of shit. I guess the good thing about that is that they probably didn't sell very many, so they're not filling up landfills somewhere.
Goddess, give me strength.
Loading is a great time to practice your snapping, or you could read the instruction manual for the HYPERSCAN. Listen to the pinball machine talk to you in the background. How about the troubleshooting section? Let's see. Problem. There is no picture on your TV screen. Solution. Make sure that the HYPERSCAN console, TV, and VCR DVD player, if used, are plugged into power outlets. No kidding. Let's see here. Problem. The HYPERSCAN sucks. Solution. Buy something else. Surprised they would actually list that. The controller will not work properly. Solution. Make sure the power is off before... Oh!
Fan of heavy metal?